Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Instagram Live with Eddie Hearn. Tuesday, sometime in June, in the HQ, actually in Frank Smith's office. And I'm going to wait for you all to come on. And now you are on. It has been some time since I've done an Instagram Live, and I apologise for the hat and the dress down day, but this is a office day today before we head to Cardiff for a massive fight week. Brawl boxing, what is happening? Good afternoon to you. Black Thunder, Sky Nicholson, Sam Jones. Good afternoon. Hats. Grant222 said the hat is, I won't use the word, but W-A-N-K. This is a old head golf hat. Problem being is my head is very large and I don't look good in hats, but thank you very much for pointing that out. What we got? Am I coming to Australia for the Devin Haney fight? No, I'm not. We have a big show in Cardiff this weekend. Joe Caldina goes for the world title. Bagels or toast? Bagels. Bagels are one of my favourite things in the world. True story. Crazy Ginger Cabbage, show us that lid. No, mate. Look at the greys on the boy. Jeez. Kevin, when can we drop fight news? Fight news for you. Kevin, we got some big things happening for you. I mean, let's be honest. You're moving down to 154. We got the possibility of the big Katie Taylor fight at Croke Park, which you have to be on a big fight on. But also, we want you out in July as well. Parsons hair transplant. No, mate, just a hat. Am I still dyeing that beard, old boy? No, never dyed the beard once, but it is going a bit grey. Anyway, back to Kevin Agyako. Kevin, I want Spike O'Sullivan. He put up a great fight at the weekend against Lara. Kevin Agyako against Spike O'Sullivan. Let's get it. Tom Watts, I'm on it, mate. Don't worry. Chris Lovejoy. You are one, mate. You are one. Dylan White's in the house. What's happening, Dylan? Can you give us a Frank Warren shoulder roll? Something like that. AJ next fight date. We are close to announcing AJ's next fight. If you watch my Kugan Cassius interview yesterday, you would have seen slight delay, but news very soon. Why no rematch for Canelo against Bivol? Because we'd already agreed the Triple G fight. I think now is the only time the Triple G fight can happen. So, September 17th, Canelo Alvarez against Triple G for the undisputed World Championship, and then the rematch with Dimitri Bivol. Fabio Wardley, what's happening? July 9th, soon come. Working on the opponent, will be dropping soon. Dillian White, time to get ready to get back. Couldn't agree more, Dillian. Let's get back in the ring in a massive fight. Big things to come. Sam Jones, Cordina versus Zelfa Barrett. Listen, this Saturday in Cardiff is a brilliant fight. Joe Cordina, who I watched 10 years ago at York Hall in the Tri-Nations, is such an extraordinary talent. But I feel is the underdog against the world champion, Agawa. But it's going to be a great fight. And Zelfa Barrett, co-main event on that card for the European title. Obvious fight, Cordina against Barrett. Dillian versus Wilder, love it. Dillian versus anyone. Do I think Devin Haney wins? Yes, I do. Will he get the decision? I love George Kambosos, but I'm a big Devin Haney fan and he's a friend and I want to see him do the business. He's got it all up against him, but we should applaud him for taking the fight. Romford Ball, what's happening, Big Johnny Fisher? Bosh. Chinese? Bosh. Can't wait to see the Romford Ball back in action. Who's next for Warrington? As you know, Josh Warrington fractured his jaw and his hand and will be out probably till October, November. Will Canelo Golovkin go the distance? Absolutely no chance this way. I cannot wait for that build-up. Cannot wait for that fight. Kevin says, me v Metcalf at Croke Park. Great fight. Great fight. Love to do it. Hello in Azerbaijan. Baumgardner v Meyer result. I'm, of course, going for the bomb. Baumgardner by KO. Who's up for Conor Benn? Trying for September the 3rd. Big fight for Conor Benn. Who is Alan Babbage fighting next? I would like him to fight Oscar Rivas for the Bridgerweight World title. His manager, Dillian White, I believe, is on this live. So, I'm from Ireland. Everyone will attend the Croke Park fight. I believe so. John Ryder versus Billy Joe Saunders. Love to see it. Love to see it. Is Katie Taylor fighting in Ireland next? We'd like to. We're speaking to a number of opponents. Love to do the Serrano rematch. We had talks. A few of the guys from here went over to speak to Croke Park. We shall see. Miss Ali Drew says Cardiff is sunny and ready. Well, it's raining here. But we've got the workout tomorrow in Cardiff. Everyone welcome. Press conference Thursday. Weigh in. Everyone welcome again. Please, it's time you get us some fight in Australia. Listen, Australia, we are coming. I've never been to Australia. I will be there in a couple of weeks to announce our first show for September. I cannot wait. Would also love to see your take on Caleb Plant. Good fighter. Do you think we will see Ben v Eubank? Yeah, listen, maybe in time. What watch are you wearing? I'm not wearing a watch today. What time is the weigh-in? 1 PM, Cardiff City Hall. Everyone welcome. Don't forget, it's a public holiday. We'll see you there. Please sign Gervonta Davis. Would love to sign Gervonta Davis. I think he's a tremendous fighter. John Fury said he'll pummel your head in. Very pleasant. And he probably would as well. What's next for Boatsi? We would like to make the Dimitri Bivol fight for the world title for Boatsi. Not often you see him in a cap, no, but just had a workout earlier and then the Barnet was all over the shop and just stuck a cap on. Dillian let us down every time. He should retire. What are you talking about? Dillian White has given you great fight after great fight. What's next for Canelo? Where you been? Triple G, September 17th. Steffi Ball, Garcia ducking Maxi Hughes. We'd love the Maxi Hughes fight, as you know, Steffi. Working on it. Does the Kambosos Haney fight go to distance? Yes, I think so. Did you watch the Boxer tournament? No. World Snooker staying at the Crucible for the long term, Eddie. To be honest with you, there are so many opportunities to take the World Snooker final, of course, to the Far East, to China. But my old man, who is snooker through and through, does not want to take it from Sheffield. So at the moment, staying put at the Crucible. Tevin, what's happening, mate? What do you think of Ricky Hatton's exhibition match next week? Is it next week? I thought it was in June. Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, Ricky Hatton looks in tremendous shape. And obviously we don't really want to see him in any kind of fight, but it's clearly, you know, doing him good, getting in shape. And what's happening? Scooter. Chris Billum Smith. Good afternoon. Ricky Hatton does look in great shape. Good on him. Top 3 heavyweights in the world right now. Fury, Joshua Usyk. Eddie, you are bitter that you didn't sign the Clarissa Savannah fight? I'm actually okay at the minute, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a good fight. The DAZN numbers aren't as good as the Sky numbers. Yeah, I think that's probably fair to say. But I'll tell you what, the DAZN numbers are very, very good. America flying, big run coming up from the UK, and big news dropping soon. Who did the panelling behind you? Well, let me tell you, this is my old office, and this is now Frank Smith's office. And when I was in it, I put a nice little bit of wallpaper on the back here, and Frank Smith has gone for the panelling. Coogan Cassius, when is Phil McGroin out next? Oh, Coog! Oh, mate, you got me there. Brilliant. Brilliant banter, Coogan. How many hours sleep do you get? Good question. Last night, 5 hours. Yeah. I think the ideal sleep for me is 7 to 8 hours. Fascinating. Is Wood v Santa Cruz happening? Good question, and the answer is we are waiting for the official split from the WBA. 210 boxing, Bam Rodriguez, San Antonio, can't wait. June 25th, the card of the year. Chris Burke, Eddie, are you an FHM or a nuts guy? FHM. UV Dana White, who wins? Dana White, I think. It's a big lump. What cap is that? It is an Old Head golf course in Ireland. Fantastic golf course. Eddie, have you ever smoked a Benson? I have actually. Grim. Hurry Simon, how's your golf going? Not the best actually. Need some new golf clubs. I played a nice course the other day, Close House. Shout out to them when I was in Newcastle for the PDC darts. When are you having a show in Birmingham? Good question, because our sort of end of July, early August show, we're looking at possibly Birmingham, but it's the Commonwealth Games as well. Gareth A. Davis reporting Usyk Joshua on Sky. Absolutely nothing agreed yet for any broadcaster for that fight. We're just signing the fight and the rest will follow. Will Canelo v Bivol 2 be at super middleweight? I don't think so, because I don't think Canelo would want to try and get the advantage that way, or maybe advantage. I think he would want to rematch him at 175. Eddie, which fight are you looking forward to? What, coming up? I mean, firstly, this Saturday, Joe Cordina against Ogawa. Great fight. Then I'm looking forward to, actually, our June 10th card in Mexico. Kaiguchi against Bermudez. Great fight. And June 25th, I think, best card of the year. Bam Rodriguez against Rungvisai, Julio Cesar Martinez against Arroyo, Jessica McCaskill for the undisputed against Ibarra, Ahmad Liev against Rios, Ray Ford, Mark Castro. Unbelievable night of boxing. Eddie, what jumper is that? Dolce & Gabbana. Shout out to Dolce & Gabbana, my friends and partners. You don't suit a cap. I have told a lot of people this. Callum Smith, he will fight on the Joshua Usyk undercard. Eddie, who's your favourite darts player? I like Michael Van Gerwen, to be fair. I think he's a lovely guy as well. When are we getting an announcement about July 9th? Good question, and the answer is it must come this week, and you shall get one. Hello from Lithuania. What do I think of the Boxer tournament series? It's good. Same as Prize Fighter that we used to do. It's always good, good fun. If you had to fight someone for charity, who would you pick? Probably like I don't know. There's not a lot of people I could beat, but probably Jake Paul, but he'd probably knock me out. So, your favourite golfer? I don't really follow a lot of golf. Tiger Woods, predictably, but John Fury. I wouldn't fight John Fury. Why no Matchroom Square Gardens? Just we've got so much planned internationally this year. Kugan Cassius, would you swap Canelo for Tyson Fury? Don't be silly, Kugan Cassius. Any news about Chisora? That is the fight, July 9th, we're trying to nail. How's the fitness going? Looking trim. I've lost 2 stone. Feeling great. Obviously, you can't see. Ripped to shreds at the minute. But on a serious note, feeling great. Tank can beat all fighters at 135. The Tank's a brilliant fighter. That's a good question. Would you swap Coogan for Rob Tebbett? Canelo v Triple G prediction? Pain. It ain't getting 12 rounds. Kane Baker, what's happening, mate? Conor Ben v Jack Cattrall. Interesting one, Sam Jones. Eddie, have you dramatically gone grey, or do you dye your hair? No, honestly, genuinely, like that is, it's the light. I'm not actually that grey. Jesus. It is the light, I swear. Are Matchroom Boxing getting involved in MMA? You never know, but at the moment, no plans. Kugan Cassius, swap Canelo for Fury and Tank. I'm not swapping Canelo for anything. Leave me alone, Kugan. Bad lighting. Yes, Lee Reed, bad lighting. That is actually not that great. Seriously. How old are you? I'm 42 years old, but I'm 43 next week. Beefy. Liam Beefy Smith, I'm not that grey either. Liam, I think it's just the light for you as well, mate. Literally, I've seen you on numerous occasions lately and you've hardly got a speck of grey hair. Just certain lights, just not, you know. Knock the filter off. There's no filter. Just genuinely this handsome. Rehan says he's calling me out. Okay, Rehan, stop it. Go back to your books. My favourite childhood boxer. Well, I would say that growing up, because of obviously being around my dad's shows, probably Chris Eubank. But my 2 heroes when I was growing up were Francis Ampofo, who was the British flyweight champion, and Jim McDonnell, who challenged for the world title a couple of times. Another great guy. And like internationally, Sugar Ray Leonard, Pernell Whitaker, Meldrick Taylor, a little bit of a out there. He was one of my favourite fighters. Tony Sims, bring us some pie and mash. Looking forward to seeing you in Cardiff, Tone. Big weekend for you, mate. Could be another world champion. Sitting in Liverpool Street having a Greggs, watching Eddie live. That's the life, mate. This is you're living the dream today. Do your Chris Eubank impression. I mean, if you look at the fight this weekend, you have Joe Cordina. He is an outstanding fighter, a handsome young man as well, a GB Olympian. But Agawa is the king from Japan. He is hard-hitting, he is strong, he is relentless, he is the champion. That's it. Maxie Hughes, what's happening, mate? Which round does AJ KO Usyk? Right, I'm telling you now, this is my prediction. AJ KO's Usyk inside 6 rounds. There you go. Farhad, how you doing? Sky Nicholson, you like the Chris Eubank impersonation? Thank you very much. Would you sign the Azim brothers? I rate Adam Azim very highly. Good fighter. Michael, looking healthy. I feel healthy, mate. I feel great. My opinion on AJ talking to those students. Well, if you would have heard what they said, I think you would have said, Maxi Hughes, all good. Yeah, you know, if you're going to give it the big one, off social, your impression of Kell Brook. By the way, when I do these impressions, I don't mean to be rude to people, because some people think I'm being rude. Kell Brook would be something like, Eddie, you see that chocolate brownie right hand, straight down pipe. Something like that. Will we ever see Joshua Fury? I think you'll see Joshua Fury whatever happens, in all honesty. But hopefully we can see it for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship in December. Will Bowski fight again? Loved Adam Bowski. I would like to make Jordan Thompson against Adam Bowski. Usyk is too... Listen, I rate Usyk, but I'm telling you, I believe in Anthony Joshua. And I believe he's going to put this right in the rematch. I really do. Can you do a Leonard Ellaby impression? No, I actually can't, but it's funny, man. Eubank v Ben, who knows? You just wish you promoted Usyk. I kind of do, really. What do I think of Isaac Pitbull Cruz? Very exciting fighter. Stevie Levy, thank you. Tony Bellew impression, I can't really do that. Bob Aaron. Yeah, that Eddie Hearn. He's a disgrace to boxing. He thinks he knows it all. He comes over here. He knows nothing about the US market. Actually, that's pretty terrible, to be honest with you. GGG, Bivol and Tank taking that money. Give us a bit of Eubank. Eubank's really the only one that I'm actually any good at. If you were talking about Terry Harper can have a fight date, yes you can, and it will come in the next week, I promise. Oh. Too much faith in Joshua. Plenty of faith in Joshua. He's my boy. Don't underestimate Anthony Joshua. Will you be working with Dillian White going forward? I hope so. Love Dillian. Always done great business. Sugar Shy, what's happening? Never seen you wearing a hat before. No, I know. AJ stops Usyk 7th round with a check left hook. Bosh. Maxi, I'm on the case for you as well, mate. We've got 2 shows being announced for July very, very soon. Do you I mean, look. Do you want to see, tell me now, do you want to see Alan Babbage against Dave Allen, or would you rather see Alan Babbage against Oscar Rivas for the world title? What you been doing to shred the 2 stone? No boozing, no alcohol, training nearly every day, eating well. Feels like £8 a month is a bargain on DAZN, and that's because it is. Okay, a lot of people fancy Dave Allen against Alan Babbage. Do you think Billy Joe Saunders is finished? No. I actually think Billy Joe Saunders has a good career ahead of him. He needs to get in shape. He needs to get in camp, but he also needs a fight and an opponent, and I'm looking at that. No cheeky packets of Monster Munch on your diet. Do you know what? I haven't really stopped eating total junk. Whoa. Pickled onion Monster Munch. Do they still do the roast beef Monster Munch? You got roast beef, pickled onion, and flaming hot. Flaming hot should have never come out. I think it was disrespectful to Monster Munch. But pickled onion, so good. So good. Best crisp by none. Along with the Space Raiders pickled onion that used to be 10p. Farhad, Conor Ben looks like September 3rd, but why don't we do it in Qatar? Come on. Tomato flavoured snap crisps. Jim McDonnell impression. Okay, I can do a Jim McDonnell impression, but again, like, bear in mind, I say this every time I do it, Jim McDonnell is like my hero growing up, so. Well, when I changed the gown, he was a 15-round fighter. We had to go, well, one day we went over the 400 metre sprint. Guess what his time was? Guess what his time was? Guess what it was? I don't know, a minute. That's much faster than that. 52 seconds. And then we went down and sparred, 15 rounds and done. His engine was unbelievable. And I love Jimmy Mack. He's like a legend. But that was my impersonation of him. Spence v Crawford. I think we'll get that fight. Great fight. Why will you never come to Switzerland? Never been to Switzerland. Richard Schaefer impression. Right, again, because I'm friends with Richard Schaefer now, but he does. Tonight on the card we have a 6-3 contest. It's an absolute classic. Get your popcorn ready. Great fight. Sorry, Richard, but I have to do these things. Who wins, Haney or Kambosos? Few of those. I'm going to go Devin Haney on points. What do you think's next for Wilder? I like Dillian White against Gillian White against Deontay Wilder. Right, I'm going to head off shortly. So don't forget, this Saturday, live on DAZN in Cardiff, Joe Cordina goes for the world title against world champion Agawa. Zelfa Barrett for the European title, looking for the winner. Dalton Smith, one of the best prospects in world boxing. Sky Nicholson in her 4th fight in about 10 days. Gamalia Fire back on the card. Callum French, plenty of talent. Live on DAZN this weekend. Don't miss it. And we will see you very soon. I'll save it. You guys can watch it back because I know you must have enjoyed it so much. Take care.